Hey guys, this is Eve with Scrapbooking with me, and today we're going to make this cute little card, and it's self-closing there, and then when you open it up it pulls out a little piece of candy, and I put mine a little low. We're going to put the next one a little bit higher, but it pulls out this cute little piece of candy that says, "I have a hero, I call him Dad." Okay. So we will put the next one up just a little bit higher. I think it is a darling little card. The candy doesn't fall out. It's just right to put in a small envelope. You could mail it if you wanted. I don't think it would hurt anything to mail it. But, you know, I don't have a dad anymore to give it to. But if it was me and I had a dad, I would just hand deliver it to him. There's plenty of room inside to write your sentiment. Alright, so you're going to start out with a piece of cardstock that is 11 3/4 by 3. And we're going to put in the 11 3/4 inch side, and we're going to score it at 2 3/4. And then you're going to score at 7 1/8. And then you're going to score at 7 1/2. Okay, that is all the scoring we're going to do right now. Now, this is not, let me tell you this before I forget, because sometimes I do these and I forget to say this. This is not my original idea. I was actually scrolling through YouTube, and I saw it, and I will try to remember to put the name of the person that I saw it on her YouTube channel down below. I think it is Sweet Bio Design. I think that is her YouTube channel, but she is I don't know what country she's from, but everything was in metrics and I couldn't understand what she was saying, but I could understand enough that I got the gist of what she was doing. And she also provides, and I will put the link for this as well, she also provides this printable that you can get from her website. So there's a link under her video for that, and a link under her video for these that are already made up, and all you have to do is cut them out. So like I said, I will try my best. If I do not forget, I'll try my best to put all those links below so that you can give her credit for this, because I'm sure she worked very hard on it, and she did a wonderful job on hers. The only problem I had is I couldn't find men paper. I mean, even the one I'm using today is not a manly paper. This one is okay, but it took me forever I thought I had manly paper around here, but evidently I do not. Because today we're going to use some flowers. But, you know, I always said that it takes a real man to wear flowers or pink. That's a real man that can pull that off. Okay, so we got those on there, the scores on there, and then we're just going to fold it. So what we're going to do next is this piece is going to be our top piece, and this is going to be the top of our card right here where we scored it at 2 3/4. So we're going to take this little top mat, and that's going to be the little mat that goes, and I think I have cut it, I have cut it too long. I can't believe that. Hold on, let me look at this one. I have this piece measures, and let me just get my ruler, because I cut mine wrong evidently, or either I pulled the wrong piece. This mat measures at 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. Let me make sure. No, 2 1/2 by 2 3/4. Okay, I looked at the measurements wrong. So it's 2 1/2 by 2 3/4. So let me cut just a little bit off of this. Bring it down to 2 1/2. There we go. Okay, so 2 1/2. Yeah, that looks good. So on the 2 1/2 inch side, like this is 2 1/2 inch running this way. This would be your 2 3/4. What we're going to do is we're going to take our ruler, and I like to use my Tim Holtz ruler for this. And even though mine is broken, it still works great. And find your center on here. There we go. Looks like 5, 7. Looks like that right there is going to be our center. So find your center and mark a little mark just so you can see that. And then I go ahead and take my ruler and I put it on that mark and I just draw a line 1 inch down. Just 1 inch down like that, right? I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. There we go. So I just marked my center and then I just drew me a little line 1 inch down. That just lets me know how far down to cut that, because that's going to be your little fold right here, your little lapels. Okay, let me find my scissors. So I just take my scissors and put it right on that line and I just cut it down that little 1 inch mark. Now you can score this by all means if you want to. I don't score it just because to me it's just as easy just to kind of put your fingernail right there at the end of that so you won't pull it too far, and then just fold it back. And then I just take my bone folder and press them down. And to me that works just as well as, you know, trying to score everything. But you know, that's definitely up to you. If you wanted to score it, just score from here, you know, up to maybe a 1/4 inch mark or 1/2 inch mark over here. Just anything like that would work. Okay, now this is going to go like this. This is going to be the bottom, that'll be the top, so it'll go like that right there. So we can go ahead and put that down. And I'm just going to use my tape runner because it doesn't have to be, it's not going to have a lot of wear and tear on this part. So I'll probably give this card to my husband because he likes to wear flowery shirts. They're not sissy flowers, but what they are is the floral shirts that look like Hawaiian shirts. He absolutely loves them. He wears them all the time. Okay, so there we go. I just kind of centered that up. And then we can go ahead and on this piece, we can go ahead and put this down. Now, if you want to ink your edges, all that kind of stuff, now is the time to do that. Just for time's sake, I'm not going to do it on this one, but that is strictly up to you. If you like inking your edges, then you go right ahead. And just kind of center that mat up and put that down. There you go. And now what we need to do is on this piece right here, we need to cut an opening. Now, if you have a punch, an oval punch, this would be a wonderful time to use it. I don't have one, so what I did, all I did was I marked, and it's going to be on this part right here. So all I did was I marked down about, I marked down about an inch, no, let's see, I started at 3/4 of an inch, and I marked a line. And then I went on down, you know, I'm going to put, this is the candy that I'm putting in mine, just a little piece of Hershey's chocolate. So I know it's not very thick, so I marked down again about a 1/2 inch, maybe a little bit more. Just, you know, just depends on how large of a piece of chocolate or gift card. You can put a gift card in here, just whatever. So it's going to depend on how large you need your opening. But I didn't need mine that big. So then I just marked across. Mark me a line across there. This would be really cute with a gift card in it. Okay, I just marked all of those, and again I have lost my good X-Acto knife, so we're going to have to use this one. I don't know, it's buried here somewhere. And I just take my X-Acto knife and just go over it a few times, holding my ruler really tight. I don't put a lot of pressure on the paper because I want to get my line as pretty well straight as I can. It doesn't have to be perfect. This is going to be on the inside. And then just cut up. And there it goes. Good thing it doesn't have to be perfect because mine is definitely not. That's why a punch would be a really, really good thing to have right here. Just punch you out an oval circle and you would have it. Okay, so there is our opening. So we got that. Get rid of that. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to take a piece of, and I think I cut just a piece of brown, yeah, I just cut a piece of the brown cardstock, and we're going to use it for this little piece right here. And all I did is I glued mine at the top, and on this I did use some score tape, just because this is going to have some wear on it and some pulling on it, and I didn't want it to pull loose. So I did put a little score tape on this part. So I just put score tape right at the top. Just pull the back off. And then I come down just a tiny, tiny bit from the top, and I kind of eyeballed centered it. I didn't measure, but you can measure. And just press that down. And then I went ahead and put this through my opening. Uh-oh. Is mine not going to go? I think I'm going to have to open mine up just a little bit more. Let's open this end up. I could cut my paper off, but I've already got it glued down, so we're just going to open this up just a little bit more. Now let's see if it goes in there. Okay. Let's see if it goes smoothly in and out. Oh yeah. Okay, so I went ahead and stuck that through that little part, and then all I did from there is I just folded that down, and I held the bottom where that little part is. I held that up, and then I just folded that top down so that that piece of paper would have that fold just like I needed it in there. Just, you know, that's to keep from measuring. You know me, I'll do anything to keep from measuring. That just gives me that fold, and I didn't have to, you know, measure, make sure I had it correct or anything. Okay, that is that. Let's see. Mine is trying to pull to one side. I think I'm going to open this up just a little bit more. Just bear with me, I'm sorry. It's just going to make it easier for that to pull in and out. I don't want it to have any pressure on it. Okay, that's much better. Much, much better. Okay, we'll put that aside for a moment. Now what we're going to do is going to take our Hershey Kiss, and I am just going to leave all my wrapping and everything on there. If you have one that you can take the wrapping off, that's fine. But I'm going to leave all my wrapping on there. I'm going to wrap that around, and then I'm just going to clip off what I don't need in the back. And I just kind of centered that writing on there, and looks like I can cut about that much off of that one. So, oh yeah. So now what we do is put a little score tape on here. And then lay your candy down in there, and I just kind of make sure that it's right at the center of the candy. Wrap that one around, and then press that one around there. Just like that. Okay. Then on the back of this, you're going to put some more score tape. Why that peeled up like that? My score tape didn't come off right. Okay. I was wondering what was going on. Okay, let's try that again. Score tape. Come on, there we go. Okay. Then all you're going to do is pull this up, and you're going to put that piece of candy right down in there, and I think I actually had to pull mine all the way out and put the piece of candy right there. Press it down and then push that back down in there. So there you go. You've got your candy that pulls out. You open it up. Now what we're going to do is put the bow tie on. And she gives you this bow tie on, the bow tie is on this little part right here on this sheet. It's already in the black, so when it prints out from your printer, it'll be black. But I just printed mine out on the white paper. You could print it out on black cardstock or whatever. So, and some of you may have the little bow tie that, I know there's a little die that does the bow tie, and there's a little Cricut SVG file that does the bow tie. I didn't have one, so I just used hers. So press that down and then put a little more glue in the center. And put that one down. And then she also gives you this little tie thing that goes around it. And yes, this is the fiddly part, and I'm not good with the little bitty fiddly parts, so we'll see what I can do here. My other one went together just perfect. Of course, this one's not going to because I am filming it. Okay, put a little of this on there. And press this down. I took my marker and I just colored in all the parts that were going to be seen. Like I said, if you do this on black cardstock, you won't have to worry about this, but I printed it out on just regular printer paper, so that's why I'm doing this. But it turns out fine either way. There you go. Alright, so there's our little bow tie. So we're going to bring our little bow tie down about right there. Right. And then we need to put some little buttons on here, like that is, the little buttons. So I'm going to use these. They're kind of a brownish, grayish button. I'm going to use these, I think. There we go, got that. Now all we need is our little closure, and I went ahead and punched out 2 squares, and this is a 1-inch square and a 3/4 inch square. And you put these on with some pop dots, and I just used 1 pop dot in the center. And I think I'm going to put this down first and put the flower side up, just simply because I want to cover up as much of that as possible. So what you do is just close your little envelope up, and then you want to put this down with just a little bit of that lip over there so that you can tuck that top in on it. And then this one just goes down with the regular glue. I'll put this one that way. That way it'll cover up a lot of those flowers. Which, like I said, my husband won't care. He likes the flowers, but... And I'm sure a lot of you out there have some paper that's much, much better than mine. But that is it. They're done. They're finished. It's very quick and simple card. Like I said, the only fiddly part is that little bow. And if you have a die cut or a Cricut, whatever that will, a SVG file that will cut that, then it's done. You know, that is it. But I think they're darling. I think they're so cute. I can't wait to give some of these out on Father's Day. Like I said, you could just make this a tiny bit wider and put a gift card on there. It would work the same way. So that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions, let me know. Like I said, I will try to remember, and I'll find her information, and I will put it down below where you can go over and print all of this off. Now, all of this is in centimeters, so if you don't know centimeters like I didn't, I had to figure it all out. And she doesn't have the mat sizes on here, so I figured out the mat sizes, but I did tell you the top mat, this one is 2.5 by 2 3/4, and then the bottom one is 4 by 2 3/4. So let me change this right here. 1.5. Okay, so that is the mat size. It's the top 2.5 by 2 3/4, and the bottom is 4 by 2 3/4. So that's your measurements other than this and then the little inside part. And you know, I told you that this inside part I think measures 5 1/4. That little flap that you glue the candy on, 5 1/4 inches long by 2 inches wide. And then I told you the measurements on this one and where to score it. So you print that out, you should be good. And then she has these for you for free. So she has all the information that you need. And I appreciate her I left her a message, but I don't know if she understands English or not. Hopefully she does. But I really appreciate her doing the tutorial on this. And I just thought I would do it for you guys and let you see. I think they're really cute. They'll be wonderful for Father's Day. So we will talk to you guys later. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe. Bye-bye.